Hey, it's Kristen from KristenOnDemand.com, and on this channel you will find videos all about teaching ESL online for new, aspiring, and veteran teachers. And in this video, we are going to be talking all about TPR and props. And I put those two together because I think the use of them in the classroom kind of go hand in hand. So let's dive right in and talk about TPR first. What is TPR? Okay, in the world of ESL, you will hear TPR, TPR, TPR a lot. Use more TPR, use TPR. What does it stand for? So TPR stands for Total Physical Response, TPR. So TPR is something that probably a big, long total physical response, these big, long words that are kind of just like gestures, things that you probably use a lot in your everyday conversation. You can use TPR to help you get your point across in everyday conversation, even as you're speaking English to other English speakers. For example, you're telling a story and you want to get your point across. You're talking about a big cat that you saw and you say, the cat, it was huge, it was big. And you use these hand gestures to show that this cat was big. This is TPR. You can use this with kids in your classroom to show big. This will help your student to understand what you're talking about. It's so useful to anyone who is learning a new language, to help them connect the words that you're saying, to understand them better. So when you're in the classroom and the kids are learning things like big and small, you can use TPR to help them make connections with these words and their meaning. So big, small, big, small. These students will hear the words that you're saying and also see big and small, and this will help them make a connection with these words and their meanings. This is why TPR is so important and why it is so helpful to use in the classroom with English learners or any learners of a new language. And big and small are just a couple of examples. TPR can be done with almost anything. You're talking about a phone. You're talking about the verb to run, right? What else? What else can we think of? Think. All of that is TPR. It is helping to connect the word that you are saying and helping the student make a connection with what the meaning of that word. What does that word mean? That is where TPR comes in, and it is so useful in the classroom. The more TPR that you can use, the more connections, real connections your students will make with the words that you are saying and the words that they are learning during your lesson. And the more meaningful your lessons will be for your students. Okay, so with that being said, I also think that there are things that you can teach in a classroom where TPR is not going to be as effective as, say, a prop. So, for example, if you're teaching the word hamburger, that's a really, really difficult word to TPR. But if you have a prop, hamburger, you can show hamburger and show them, and they can make a connection, a real connection that way. You are saying the word hamburger and showing them a prop, hamburger, and they are making that connection to the word through the use of a prop. So I think that props can be very, very effective in teaching words where TPR can sometimes fall short. You can't TPR everything, right? There are some times when props are very useful and they're also a necessity, right? Okay, now with that said, there are also times where I think that the use of TPR and props used together is also very important, which is why I have decided to put them together in this video. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so let's say, for example, you are teaching the verb scare or the word scare, right? So you can use a prop, scary spider, right? And you can show that the spider is scary, scare. But you can also use your TPR, scare, you can use the spider and the TPR of scare together to effectively show what that verb scare or scared means, right? Scare, ah! And I think they work very nicely together. Yes, you can show what being scared looks like with TPR, ah! Or you can show a scary spider, but I think that together, they work very nicely together too. So I think there are instances when TPR works very, very effectively. And I also think that there are times where props work great, standalone as well. But there are also times where if you put them together, they work beautifully together to get your point across and to really drive home what you are trying to teach the student. So I hope that this video helps you understand that you do not need a whole bunch of props to do this job effectively. You really don't. TPR will take you a really, 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 really far way. I mean, you can even TPR follows the finger, this finger follows this finger, right? There's so much that you can TPR and you can get your point across if you really think about how to effectively do it, right? But there are some instances, like I showed you with the hamburger. Hamburger's a little bit tough to TPR, right? You can TPR eat, but tough with just a word like hamburger. But if you get just a few props here or there, and they don't even have to be 3D props like this, they can be 2D props that you print out and you just have it. Or if it's something that's already on the screen, on the slide that you're teaching, use that. Hamburger, it's on the screen, circle it, hamburger. That can work just fine too. And then you don't even actually have to have the physical prop. But do remember that if you are a go-go kid teacher, for each lesson, you do have to have 2 props for each lesson. So keep that in mind too, as you're going through your lessons and you're going through your slides. As a go-go kid teacher, for each lesson that you do, you are required to have those 2 props. So keep that in mind. That is not a requirement for VIP kid, but it is for go-go kids. So again, keep that in mind. But I just wanted to show you that TPR you can go so far with your TPR, and it is such an effective tool. Props are also useful, and if you can combine them, that is awesome. That is gold right there. So always think of ways that you can take your TPR to the next level and add a prop, or take your prop to the next level by adding TPR, and your students will thank you for it, because it will take their learning to the next level, and you will just take your teaching to that next level with them. I hope you found this video helpful, and you will find ways to use TPR and props effectively in your classroom. If you did, please hit that subscribe button below for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.